Hello, my name's Brady. It's been 80 years since we did a video.
It's been 82 years.
My name is Brizzy.
And I'm Simon.
And it's been 82 years.
It has been 82 years.
But we're back, and it's dad time.
It is some daddy time.
Last episode, 82 years ago, we went on a date with Damien, and
Yeah.
by a date, like, we looked at his house. I don't know if that counts as a date, but it's close enough.
He's a cutie.
We hung out.
Well, and we went and helped his son, helped him with his son,
True.
who decided to brick in Hugo's son, who is next. Not Hugo's son, but Hugo.
What's that?
I said, we're not dating Hugo's son next.
No.
But we are dating Hugo
I think
next.
that's called pedophilia.
So we have Hugo Vega, middle school teacher, high school teacher, writer of scholarly articles on 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're on here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know and I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm reading a text from Janice. She finally texts me back, and I'm like, it's Mother's Day, I have to reply. 1 second. Thanks, Britt. I love you and our relationship.
Jesus.
They're gonna...
Are you marrying your dad's wife?
Yes.
Sounds like it over there.
I'm going to say that it's a little too late for us to meet up, but... Too late. I wrote too Kate. It's a little too Kate. It's a little too late tonight, but soon. And then... Okay, I promise. I'm done. It's Mother's Day. I can't not reply to your
haven't
mother.
even sent it to her yet because I knew we were going to record.
Well, I had sent it before you'd said, yes, let's record. Okay,
It's your
so...
mistake.
Middle school teacher. High school teacher.
I already did this.
I know, I was catching myself up.
Okay. On Friday night, they're going to brew some strong tea and paint my miniatures. See, he's a fucking nerd.
Yeah, but I mean, same.
You don't have any miniatures to paint.
No, but if I did, I would.
And you don't brew tea that often. Anymore.
Not too often. Now
You
I'm
used
kind of
to.
scared of the thing.
Of
Now
the-
I really want some tea, though.
Yeah, well, too fucking bad. We're recording.
Yeah, afterwards.
If you had one thing to take with you to a desert island, what would it be? A Remembrance of Things Past by Marcel Proust. Fucking nerd. Your turn on muscles. Well, Sydney's
Yeah, I was
fucked.
gonna say, Sydney's not so...
I like how it's
Unless he
like all
just means-
intellectual and then muscles.
What, unless he just means the existence of, in which case I'm like, Sydney does have muscles.
Yeah.
He's capable
But he
of-
doesn't have muscles.
Not with the capital M.
No. What did you want to be when you grew up? A movie star.
That's cute.
Favorite movie genre? Documentaries on art history.
He wanted to be a movie star, but his favorite movie genre is a documentary?
He wanted to star in the documentaries.
I guess.
He wanted to be one of those dramatic actors. Reenactors. Ideal date, each of us read a different book on opposite sides of the couch in comfortable silence. Well,
Nice.
we're not doing that, son.
Well, I was gonna say, like, that's nice, but I wouldn't call that a date. I would just
No.
call that, like,
Hanging out.
yeah, being with your significant other.
What do you never leave home without? My glasses. Actually, I forget them a lot. At home a lot. I'm not even fucking wearing them right now.
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about?
I have left home without glasses, and, like, I've gotten halfway to my car before I'm like, what the fuck, I can't see, and I've had to go back in for my glasses.
There's been times when we've gone to go get fast food and, like, we're halfway there. And I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have my glasses on.
At
Good thing I can still sort of
Yeah, I was
see.
gonna say, you can drive without yours. I really shouldn't drive. Well, I can drive okay without mine, but,
If
like,
you know where you're going.
Yeah,
Because she done been blind.
yeah,
But I'm not as blind.
no.
It just gives me headaches to be without my glasses. Spent a long time thinking about. I worry that people who are against e-readers are more in love with the idea of books than actually reading them. Fucking
Alright.
Nerd.
Like,
it's okay to cry if you're feeling sad. Why is that tip 69? That should have been a section.
yeah. Like, use protection.
Get whatever job you want, just get health insurance. Laserdisc is clearly the superior digital video format.
As opposed to what, Blu-ray?
Sure. I navigate to Hugo's dad book page and type out a message.
I already totally forgot what kind of voice he had, so.
I didn't have a voice for him. Oh, for Hugo?
Yeah.
I think you were doing a slightly British accent, but better than Justin McElroy's.
Hello there. She's daddy, but she's not daddy. British science.
I don't remember the rest of his lyrics, and I don't think he does either.
Yeah.
Hey Hugo, great seeing you at the barbecue. Want to hang out sometime? I wait for a few minutes before the computer dings.
I'm so glad you
Oh my
messaged
God,
me.
no.
And I'll definitely want to hang out sometime.
No.
But I have a favour to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way you could come by and replace them?
Uh-oh. Think about it for a minute. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for. And they're in middle school. Arguably the worst age to be.
Oh, there was more that he'd said.
Oh, sorry. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Morning, Amanda.
Morning, Pops.
Hey, how was middle school for you?
Bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible.
My middle school was only 2 years.
I think it depends. Like, I didn't really go to middle school, but I think 6th through 8th is generally considered middle school.
7th, was it? Wait. Okay. Now, 8th grade was high school for... I don't remember. I don't fucking know. We're in the desert, Hicks.
I don't know.
No one
The
fucking cares.
high school that I went to for my first year of high school was actually a 7th through 12th, so who even knows. Everyone sucks. No self-awareness. It's just a bunch of
Sorry. My hand did it. I'm sorry.
Middle schoolers should just be avoided at all costs.
I accidentally pushed a button.
I'm sure she was just talking about how terrible it was.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
What was your middle school experience like?
Back in my day, we still had chalkboards to write on.
I would stick with probably. I didn't like it.
Yeah, since we don't have the back in my day, there were still chalkboards to write on.
Yeah.
Option. I had my first crush in middle school, and I'm still bitter about it. Alexis Stuggs, you hurt me and I'll never forget. That's why he turned gay.
Well, Alexis can be a boy name. Oh, but then it says right there. What'd she do to you?
I stare off into middle distance, remembering the 24
Middle
hours
distance.
that we dated and the 3 times we held hands between class periods. Then I remember the bitter betrayal. Her leaving me for Arnold Birmingham. Him making me eat dirt in front of her. I don't want to talk about it.
See? Middle schoolers are reprehensible. Wait, why are you asking me about middle school?
Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for.
You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding me? The last field trip I got to go on was to the clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us square pizza at a clam chowder factory.
Oh, is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore?
No, it's because Bobby Willingham threw up into one of the vats of clam chowder, and I'm the only one who saw it happen.
That's fucking disgusting. I hope you said something, Amanda.
Yeah, I was gonna say, now I'm never gonna eat clam chowder again. It haunts me.
Right, let's leave that story firmly in the past.
Anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vega sounds like he could really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with cool fish.
Which I do every fucking day. Amanda, I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous. I don't relate, Sydney.
What? Are you worried that a whale is gonna pop out and touch the tank? Pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole?
Don't you put fear in my heart.
Well, do they have penguins there?
Yes, they have penguins there.
Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of ocean.
I sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address. I grab my keys, kiss Amanda on the forehead before I go. I arrive at the aquarium to find that the school buses have beaten me there. Preteens huddle up around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. Hugo jogs up to me looking frazzled.
I'm so glad you're here.
Hugo!
I don't know.
It's been a debacle. It's been a debacle all morning. We're shorthanded and most of the kids won't stop screaming, as I'm sure you know is the case with all middle schoolers.
I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar.
Great. Well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over here.
10? That's not that bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say 10. That's 5 apiece.
Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, so we're off to a good start.
Can you guys put your phones away?
All of the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo. They go back to texting. I can't read. At least they're quiet.
Oh.
Too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it.
There's no way. They're too busy thinking about getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It's middle school, after all.
Ah.
We'll see.
He's the middle school teacher, Sydney.
Yeah, I would trust his instincts. Looks like an aquarium.
It does. The classes start filing into the aquarium, and Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid.
These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, this will be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil.
Well, then how the fuck are they supposed to fill it out? Is it like a scavenger hunt? You have to find the pen?
Maybe they were supposed to bring their backpacks.
The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo. What's in the packet?
Honestly, it's just busy work so that the teachers can have a moment's reprieve. I think one of the questions asked them to sit quietly for 10 minutes to think about the Great Barrier Reef.
Teacher hacks. I like that. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books?
We just did a unit on the Old Man and the Sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays.
Oh.
It gives us some time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish. I almost wrote topical, like it goes on the skin.
just fish for the skin.
Fish! It goes on the skin.
While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to the large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines.
Ah.
That one's me. That one's the line. That right there is a lionfish. Did you know that their stomachs can expand to up to 30 times in size?
And they're assholes. And poisonous. Wow.
Hey.
Their spines are venomous, too.
Only the top ones. Nature is hardcore.
Oh.
You think that's bad? Take a look at this one over here.
Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank.
Ah.
That's a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world.
And they just, keep it here?
Oh, they're relatively harmless as long as you don't step on them.
What happens if you step on them?
Tissue necrosis.
Cool.
Hey.
Nature is wild.
Man, Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. Don't, Sydney.
He always does.
God damn it, Sydney. Hey, see that fish over there?
That one?
Yeah, that's the American longfin, blue-nosed wiggly fish, humphead wrasse.
I gotta go with... well, God. I guess I'm gonna say American longfin, because that actually sounds like a real fish, but I feel like what he would actually say is blue-nosed wiggly fish.
I think he would probably say that, and I think the humphead wrasse is the actual fish.
Oh, yeah? Let's
Yeah.
go with blue-nosed wiggly fish.
Oh.
Oh, he liked that.
Did you know that paranormal fish trivia, psychiatric fish trivia, or political fish trivia?
I gotta go with paranormal fish trivia. Ghost fish.
This fish sleeps upside down, but contrary to popular belief, it is not an actual vampire. That's the vampire fish.
Oh.
Wait, are you serious?
Serious as a heart attack? Absolutely not.
As a heart attack is definitely a Sydney dad phrase.
We're talking fish here. There's no time for jokes. Whoop,
Oh, he didn't like that.
he did not.
That's clownfish.
Right. That went a little flat.
He didn't pick up on the joke.
He did not. We lead the kids to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around in a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the sharks. Yeah, pop in, kids! Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids who start fighting over a Capri Sun. I walk around the room, reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder.
You know,
ripple-
if kids had mustaches.
Yeah. You didn't know that kid that had a mustache?
No, I mean, I was that kid.
I mean, so was I, but... The ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry, hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful.
He's in his natural habitat.
He looks really cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring.
What, deep blue?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
I walk over to join him.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, this is the corny movie time where he's like, Sydney's just looking at Hugo, just like, yeah, it is. And then the first, I'd rather stare at you. It's close. We can learn a great deal from Mother Ocean, or are those two sharks kissing?
I feel like the last one is the most Sydney. No, Sydney. One's eating the other.
Okay, close enough. Well, we stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. We eventually make our way to the touch tank room, which seems to be the only thing the kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays, and small fish. I stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kind of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for my well-moisturized hands. What is this huge fish back there?
An artist that got bored.
Right?
No, I think that's one of those big old... Oh, God, they're those ones that just get so huge.
Oh, like the groupers?
Yeah, I feel like they have a funnier name, but I can't think of what it is. But that's what I feel like that is. Or like a sunfish or something.
Like
I
that
don't know.
one where we went to the aquarium and we were sitting down at that part and that guy was just like, this big old fish.
Yeah, and it just like swam up and just kind of like floated by. They're like, have the tiniest brains but the hugest bodies.
That sounds like me. Hugo rolls up his sleeves and sticks his hand in the water.
Don't you want to pet some rays, Sydney?
Oh, I think I'm good. I think I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance.
Come on, it'll be fun and informative.
Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of these things are, but I get the feeling they will probably bite me and my delicious hands if given the chance.
Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have had their bobs removed, the horseshoe crabs only eat little clams, and the anemones are perfectly safe to touch.
Against my better judgment, I approach the tank, slowly dipping my hand into the cold water. Why is it cold? It shouldn't be cold. I touch a stingray as it glides past me.
They can be a little cold when it's like the ocean ones.
If
See?
there's stingrays, it should be warmer water.
It's not so bad.
Feels like a fun, slimy leather.
Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right?
When you learn they're slimy. I dive my hand back into the touch tank with renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some of the urchins and feel a hard carapace of the horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away, blushing.
Who's the middle schooler?
Hugo smiles at me.
I just noticed like the way that his vest is kind of folding and it kind of looks like the weird pooches.
I know, it looks like it should just be hanging off of him because of all the blood.
Exactly. Anyway, hey, you're supposed to be touching the fish.
Sorry, I just get a little carried away some
Wait, that girl over there looks suspicious.
Why is that?
Our backpack's usually that wet. Hold on. Susan! Susan, get back here!
Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit.
Wanna tell me what's in the bag?
What's in the book?
Textbooks? Wanna tell me what's really in the bag?
A cat. Susan won't budge. I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop. Look, kid. You don't have time for games here. That's an easy 5 to 10 in the clink. I'm not afraid to hit a child.
Oh my god, no!
No.
No, I would say the second one. That's an easy 5 to 10.
I had a bud go down for that once. He came out a changed man. Said he missed the bars.
You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do. Yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down?
Next time we won't say please. Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move.
Whoa.
Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. She gives us a disapproving look. Jesus, Susan, what was your plan?
I was trying to free him.
To where? Outside, where he was gonna die?
Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later.
Yeah. And hands where we can see him. Susan sulks off even, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder.
Oh.
Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here.
We're the last. In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks, sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surround us.
Oh.
Look over here.
Hugo points. So, some seahorses gathered at the bottom of a tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth.
Oh.
That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth.
A low murmur from the students. They just jump back on their phones.
Fun fact, male seahorses can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day.
Man, we thought we had it hard.
Ah.
I wonder if they have to deal with the kids' awkward teenage years too. All however many thousands of them.
You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo.
Ah.
It's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge us to find... We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person.
Good point. But I still don't trust the ocean.
We'll get there.
We finally make our way over to my favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Do we get to see the penguins?
Ah.
Yes, we get to see the penguins.
Hell yes.
That one's stuck.
It's just a really long slide, and he's going really slow. It's just like inching along. Our group of kids run around the exhibits. They won't stop tapping on the glass of the puffin enclosure, trying to get their attention. For at least a few minutes, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I worried about? This isn't too bad.
What?
Hugo suddenly grabs my arm.
Oh my god, there's a student in the penguin enclosure.
How the fuck did you manage? Wait, just kidding, it's very bad.
Is it one of ours? Oh, just kidding. That's you. It most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend.
Are they gonna free the penguin? I look over to the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time? We gotta stop her before the staff sees and bans our school for life. Hugo looks around.
I'll create a distraction.
Hugo runs towards the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room.
Everybody, everybody, everybody! I have an announcement.
The whole room turns toward Hugo.
Here's a few facts I bet you didn't know about penguins.
Why are you in front of the puffins then? Everybody just stares at Hugo, confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and am greeted by a cold blast of air. Psst! Hey! The girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold. You can't be in here!
Neither can you.
I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy I just end up slipping. I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs at me.
Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when we're discussing the birdness of penguins.
The crowd is still somehow enraptured. Kid, what are you even doing?
I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom.
Where are they even going to go?
They're gonna live in my closet.
Look, I just don't even have time to argue about this. We gotta get out of here.
Not until I save a penguin. Little known fact is that penguins only live in cold climates.
That is not true.
With some exceptions. They don't all live in cold climates, if you're splitting hairs here.
Which I was.
Did I mention that they don't fly?
The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time. Lay down the law, try to relate to her, bribe her.
I'm gonna bribe her. Not gonna bribe her. She doesn't deserve that. Maybe try to relate to her.
I think back to the time I released all of the feeder mice from a pet store. It was a disaster. I was 6, but it was a disaster.
Molly. Oh, just kidding.
Molly, you know, life can be cruel.
Money. Give me money.
I will give you $20 right now if you leave with me. Molly thinks for a second.
Okay. Well, give it to me right now.
I reach into my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill. Okay, well, I have 12 and some change. Also, there's a button here. Is that enough?
Pay me the other 8 later and we have a deal.
We move to shake on our arrangement before I suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosure. We're gonna have to block these birds.
Oh boy.
Oh,
How do you do it?
I don't know.
Is it like... Oh.
Ah, get out of here.
I was gonna say, like, that looks like a sword. What are we doing? Piercing it? Like...
Yeah.
You'll
Oh my
die.
God. They bounce off each other.
They do.
I meant the hands.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Uh-oh. That one was getting feisty. Uh-oh.
Get
Oh,
out, get,
oh no.
get,
Oh no.
Get out of here.
Spam it. Spam that button.
Don't worry, Molly. I got it. Don't help or anything.
Yeah, right? I'll just throw my rubber hands at them. Thank God I have a multitude.
No. Get out of here. Get it. No. No. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Bribe that tea.
Okay, well, another one escaped, but I can't do anything.
Yeah.
The thing went away.
Penguins also got money, I see.
Only 2.
Yeah. It was all like 98. Nice.
Nice.
Bribery works. I was all like, we're not gonna bribe it, but then that's the only one that worked.
The preteen knows what they're about.
You're not supposed to. Don't smoke. That's a good tip.
Phew, glad that's over. Just in time, too. Looks like Hugo was wrapping up his, diversionary penguin speech.
Ah.
And that's why I think penguins are one of the best animals in the world.
Few people in the audience clap out of a sense of duty. Everybody starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over.
Molly, what were you doing in there? I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega. You realize that the penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands. Well, it was a thought that counts?
No, Molly, it wasn't. Molly turns to me.
You owe me $8.
Whoa.
What?
I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan, I suppose so that they can compare animal thief notes.
You're not off the hook, Molly.
Hmm.
Sydney, did you just bribe a child?
I bribed a child. I don't know what she's talking about. You can't play by the rules when there's penguins on the line.
I would probably go with the penguins.
Listen, man, we've all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. That person believed in a world where you wouldn't have to bribe children to save a penguin. The me today knows different. I only wish I could go back.
Let's just get through the day and get out of here.
I'm not saying that this date is not going that well.
That's what you get when your date is watching preteens.
With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop and we make our way back out to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium, the kids load onto the buses. Hugo pulls me aside.
Hey, Sydney, thank you so much for helping out today. You're a lifesaver.
It was no problem. It was actually kind of fun.
Let me take you out next time to make it up to you. You like cheese boards?
I love cheese boards. I'm all about cheese boards. There is nothing on earth more satisfying than a good cheese board.
Let's not go overboard. Let's go with I'm all about cheese boards. Great. Well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around.
I walk inside to find the house empty. I wonder where the panda's at. Before I know it, Amanda pops in through the front door.
What you up to tonight?
Other way around.
Just kidding.
What you up to tonight?
I don't know. What are you up to tonight? Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium?
It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin.
We've all been there.
I had to run in and grab her before any of the employees saw.
You got to go into the penguin enclosure? Did you steal a penguin for us?
Amanda, no. No penguins were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though.
I'm surprised he helped complete a covert op. He's usually kind of a
what?
kind of a stick in the mud.
He's actually pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes.
You mean take a nap?
There's a difference. You'll learn when you become a father.
I've definitely heard that one before, though. Like, I was just resting my eyes.
Oh yeah,
like,
fucking Tweed. Yeah, I was gonna say that one didn't go that well.
the beat's not bad.
No.
But yeah, I didn't say the answers that he loved.
Achievement, Asiago getter.
Alrighty, but that date does bring us to the end of this episode.
Yeah, I don't got much to say about that one.
But I like Hugo, but he's not my favorite out of them. But I do like him. He's a cutie, and I like that he's passionate. But
Yeah, he's alright.
I like others better. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Dream Daddy. Between now and the next one, we'll decide what we're gonna do. Joseph Robert. But if you want to comment, you can let us know which one that you would rather see.
Yeah.
I may not listen, but
If you liked our video, go ahead and like the video and check out our links to the coffee down below.
and make sure you subscribe so that as we put new pieces of it out, you'll be the first to see them.
Yeah, and if we ever stream again, maybe someday.
Yeah, my computer broke, and that was the one that had the live streaming all set up on it. So,
We can still set up on mine. It's just I have to find something to stream.
but until next time, bye-bye.
Bye.
You didn't do the wigglies.
Sorry. Let me fix. Bye.
There you go.